Alright, so this is my basic track plan. I'm not too particular on how it looks on here as long as it looks good on the layout, right? So this first table here, that is my original 4x8 sheet, and this is what I started out with when I was back home in South Dakota. And it just kinda got a little boring for me. So when I moved here to Utah, I put in these two switches right here and built this 12 by 8, or sorry, 12 by 4 feet industry yard. And before that, I wanted to have a staging yard, so that's what this second section became. And I had a Atlas turntable that I wanted to put somewhere, but couldn't figure out where. So I just put it at the end of the staging yard. My engines can park here or turn around and go back up this switch. And no, I don't have flex track here on the actual layout. This program is real finicky, and it just isn't the way I have mine. So have pretty long staging yard. My trains do have problems going on these switches right here. And this switch here, since it drops down onto this 12 by 8, which all started with the cement plant that I have. I got it as a kit. I bought something off Facebook and came in this kit. So I put it together and didn't have anywhere to put it, so I just had some extra plywood laying around and some extra foam, so I just, you know what, I'm gonna put it up there. And then a buddy of mine gave me a larger turntable. I didn't know where I was gonna put it, so decided to put it there, and then decided to put a mountain at these curves here. And I'll show and go more into detail when I get the actual video of it instead of on the track plan. So I have three main sections. I have the industry, I have the main just plain Jane loop with sidings, and right here I do have just a cardboard engine shed, but it's something. Then I have the staging yard with, I'm eventually gonna turn this into a train shed, hopefully. And I don't have any of my turntables motorized. It's nice with the Atlas one though, it does have the little crank on it. So I can actually somewhat have it stable with the track. Whereas this one was a Walther's kit, and I have to turn it by hand and it doesn't stay in place sometimes. So that's enough of that. Let's get into the real thing.
Alright, so starting off with the main table, I have an entry-exit highway from some sort of town, I don't know. Main street comes down, goes to the train station, and then coming into downtown you got your diner, hobby shop, and then your car dealership, your shopping mall, well, kind of strip mall, loading dock, truck shop, and a little post office. Let's see. This one, and this one were all bought from Menards. They're kind of nice, considering the diner has a steaming effect that doesn't like to show up. Hobby shop is very bright. I have my very first HO engine, 060 Union Pacific Bachmann. It doesn't run anymore. Then I have a double carousel along with a little playground and a snow blower. Have some machinery working. People that departed on the train station. And then some people walking around checking out a Shelby or waiting for their car to get unloaded or filled up. Some little NASCARs. These are quite interesting. They're those buzz ones. You know, you turn them on and they go around the track. They don't fit terribly well, but I had them lying around and just trying to populate. And then the downtown road comes into the industry road, which comes down to the 12x4. I have a little pond with some trees. Got some trees going along. And I bought the pond, the trees, and that mountain from Amazon. I'll leave some links down below if I can find them. It's been a minute. I have a truck with a lowboy and a bulldozer and a excavator. Then I also have a tanker hauling water to the cement plant. And then this is the switch I was talking about that comes down onto this table. It's got probably an inch, maybe inch and a half from this table to that one. And then I've got a loop that goes around, so I have this loop and then the main one that goes up onto that table and comes back down. I can reverse trains back onto here or take them off and go on the main loop. And then that's the big turntable that I had to put together. Getting down here, have a little station that doesn't really fit. Another car dealer with some 3D printed Mustangs. Because, you know, I do like Mustangs. And then this is the mountain. I want to make, hopefully, this outer track, the outer main, a 22 or 24 inch radius. That way I can bring this inner one out. I know these SD40s, they have troubles right there on that re-railer and right before it too, where they like to just jump the track. Since they're 6-axle, they kind of pivot right on that center one and just kind of pop off. It's real nice when you're trying to run more than one train. So this was the first table that I had originally, and it just kind of progressed. And here's that little camera. It's got a pocket clip. It does come with two handlebar mounts for a bicycle. And then of course the 180 degree camera. It's kind of nice. Can hold up to 256 gigs of micro SD card. And it sits fairly nicely on this heavy duty flat car. And then my second section that I ever built. This is 23.5 feet long by 1 foot wide. So you can get a pretty good staging yard on here. I got my Gevo, got the turbine on, getting ready to go, and then I got the big boy going with the passenger train. And I figured this would be alright as a coal loader for the big boy, considering that's the only DCC steam train I have. Then of course it does go into the turntable. Oy, stay. Oh, there they go. I shorted it out. Oh, come on. It's not perfect, but it works a little bit sometimes. And of course, since I shorted it out, I gotta run down here and turn all this back off. Well, SD40s didn't come on, so be quiet. Thank you. Stay. So, number one, 4x8 sheet with plywood and 2-inch foam on top. Of course, my little river. Number two was the 23 by 1 foot section. And then number three was the industry where it's a 12 by 4. And I do have switches set up over here. I don't think it'll pick up that one. So, and then okay, short it out again. I must have hit it. So yeah, that is the layout tour of this model railway.